everybody, it's your girl Sophie Soph back here on Sophia's Football Talk after a little bit of a break since Sunday, I think, and we back here to do a reaction of the Afcon semi-final. And what a cracking semi-final it is! This whole Afcon, this year's Afcon, as I've been saying throughout this tournament has been nothing short of remarkable, nothing short of amazing. And the semifinal did not disappoint at all. We're now going to have a final with which I actually predicted Nigeria versus Ivory Coast. Both of them were in the same group. I mean, Nigeria was kind of doing their thing, maybe not being overly convincing, but Ivory Coast, the host, in a lot of ways were very disappointing in their group stage debacle. But here they are, all the way to the final. Can they do it as the home nation? Maybe. We'll talk about that, how the games went, dissect all of those. And yeah, before I fully do, make sure that you, of course, give this video here, what? Big thumbs up. The more likes we get, the more we're able to push the video out there for more people to see. Also, subscribe as well. We're still on the road 3K subscriber. I mean, the goal was to be able to do that before this Saturday, before my birthday, but we got less than 3 days left. So probably very doubt that will happen. But you know what? The narrative will still be, goal now is to get 3K, and then we're going to keep moving. So we're not giving up either way. And also feel free to join the SFT membership. Just another way to help the community to grow even further. Link is in the description box, indeed. Pick up to Ravi, hope you're doing well. Ravi asks, how were the games today? Did they live up to what you thought they would be? Yeah, actually, yeah. I mean, it wasn't, let's be honest, no goal fest, but did I expect it to be a super goal fest? No, especially when it comes to like with Nigeria games. They don't really be scoring that many goals. And also, they are very, a very defensive-minded team in terms of how they set up. Pick up the Damshi. Hope you're doing well. I think we're going to actually start off with the Nigeria game first, and then we'll end with the Ivory Coast and DR Congo. So Nigeria versus South Africa. In the 63rd minute, we got a penalty for Nigeria. 3 minutes after that, because it took a long time to check whether or not that was a penalty. I mean, definitely it was a penalty. I'm pretty sure it was actually Osimhen who ended up getting that penalty. Center back Ekong, who scored the penalty, passed through the South African goalkeeper. I would say a decent penalty. I mean, Ekong is their, resident penalty taker for Nigeria. He's been, whenever they be given penalties, that's the guy who'll be taking them. Not Osimhen, but Ekong. So big up to him. But in the 85th minute, it was something very strange that happened. So we had technically Osimhen scoring and assuming that he made it. What should I say? Give me 1 second. I need to turn this up there. He assumed that he, wow. Okay, did I actually just put a nail in the cover? Did I really help my country to get to the final? No, you did not. Because that goal, unfortunately, that goal was not given. But prior to them scoring the goal, because it was kind of like in a counterattack in a way, there was a situation where a South African player went down. So, rightfully so, by the way. So they were actually in return given a penalty to the South Africans. And it was Mokoena who scored that penalty. So that was in the 89th minute. Once again, it takes them a long time to do. Like, I praised him for a lot of things during this Afcon, but technically, not just the Afcon. We see this in the Prem and in a lot of other competition as well. I think they can definitely do better when it comes to the penalty checks, whether or not it is a penalty, stuff like that, because sometimes it be taking hella 3-4 minutes, and I write it down. as we do talk about it in the match reaction. Pick up to Aaron. Says, so happy Ivory Coast are through, but got it, Nigeria are. Let's hope that Miss from South Africa player doesn't give Nigeria the Afcon. You never know. You never know. And in the 111th minute, because obviously it was 1-1, so you ended up going to extra time. Muffy goes down. It was the substitute for Nigeria. You were maybe thinking they took once again another 3 minutes to figure out is it a penalty, but that initial contact happened outside of the box, so they were given a free kick, but at the same time, a South African player, the one who made the challenge, got himself a red card. That was Grant Kekana. And then they ended up going to penalty shootouts. I mean, I was praising Ronwen Williams, the South African goalkeeper, when they went through in the last game against Cape Verde in the quarterfinals due to a penalty shootout. He was wonderful, but this time it was actually one who ended up getting a what should I say, man of the match. That was Stanley Nobali. Nobali. You know what? We're gonna say Nobali. The Nigerian goalkeeper came very clutch in the penalty shootout. He said, he came with a couple of saves, but to be honest, also throughout this competition, I've been also looking at that goalkeeper. Sometimes a lot of people be like, laughing at Onana for Cameroon and his cousin Ondoa, but there's been some goalkeepers that have still been showing up though in this Afcon, like for instance, like I mentioned, South Africa's goalkeeper Ronwen Williams, and of course also Stanley Nobali. I do think needs to definitely deserve way more praise because he's kept his team there throughout. So big up to him for that. And I think definitely they deserve to go through. I mean, South Africa had opportunities. Do not get it twisted. But I do think that Nigeria just, at the end of the day, when it mattered in the penalty shootout, they showed up. Like I said. For you, who seems the strongest with their squad, Nigeria or Ivory Coast? I don't know, I don't know. I would say when both of them do this opportunity, I would say maybe both of them seem pretty strong. But who's the strongest? Could it be Nigeria? Maybe. You had not necessarily a fully fit Osimhen. I mean, he hasn't really been pulling up. Has he even? He's got like an assist. I think he might have a goal or not. But to be honest, this Nigeria team, they're not really scoring that many goals at all, to be fair. So it is what it is. Pick up to Abdi. For me, it'll be a great final. Yes. Now says Sofia, Saturday's a big day to us both. Yeah, because it's you and myself's birthday. Yes, he says pick up, pick up, pick up. Hopefully you have a wonderful birthday on Saturday now. Enjoy. I would love to hear your thoughts as well, people, from that game. But yeah, sorry, I got something in my eye. Make sure you like, and subscribe. Let's continue. Let's talk about Ivory Coast because it ties into, obviously, they face DR Congo. One goal in the 64th minute. It was Sebastian Haller who came in and did it for the Ivorians. Côte d'Ivoire. Yeah. And that was important. First game that he started throughout this tournament. Obviously, he was missing the first opening game due to a knock that he sustained earlier. But when it needed to be again, he came clutch. So you got to big him up for that 100%. And they had opportunities after that, to be honest. Even, yeah, their Congo also had opportunities, but I would say probably the Ivory Coast were more deserving. And I think sometimes people might be underestimating the power of having the home crowd with you. Most of the people in the stadium were Ivory Coast um, fans. You know, they're at home turf. They're at home. They can finally see their team be able to lift the trophy after what, 2010? Since then, it's been many, many years. So I think this, and I know a lot of people have been saying Nigeria. I just have a feeling that Ivory Coast, I ain't gonna lie, since after, especially after the way they were able to come against Senegal, that was when I was like, you know what? I don't want them to go all the way, you know. I wouldn't mind Nigeria, but there's something with Ivory Coast. There's something there. And especially if somebody was saying, like in a stream that I was watching, Saeed's watch along, that, you know, with Sebastian Haller, it's kind of like it's a nice story, you know, him coming back, you know, after some time due to, you know, of course, um, bad freaking beat, testicle cancer. Sorry for butchering it, but he overcame that freaking warrior and now plays professional football again. Like, come on, that's what a story. What a story. Being able to lift the Afcon trophy at home turf, like at home in the motherland. There's something very Disney-ish. Not in a not in like a cringe way, but just there's something quite wholesome about that. In my opinion, I think there is. But like I said, no goal fest, no goal fest, but a game which still was interesting. And I do think the final probably will be a cracking final. It'll be this Sunday. I was actually a bit concerned that I was not going to be able to do the watch along, but I realized it does not interfere or not collide in any way with the Man United game prior to that. And I'll be able to take a little bit of break before or after I do the Man United match reaction so I can be able to do a watch along. And I haven't done a watch along this year so far yet. So the last one I did, I believe, was like Arsenal Liverpool. I think it might have been in the FA Cup a few months back. So it'll be nice to be able to do a watch along for this one the day after my birthday. Nice way to spend my Sunday. And hopefully it'll be a very good final, which I believe it probably will be. Um, Anything to mention in regards to that game in particular? Not really. You know, there was a big chance by Frank Kessie. They got some big game players for sure. Some very good big game player. Ivory Coast had a sick team in 2010. So Spart, yep, 100%. My question to you guys is, who do y'all think will be winning the final? Don't tell me your life story, anything like that. But big up, though. I do respect, but you know, right now I don't need to hear that. So let me know in the chat. Just right. Who do you think will be winning the Afcon final? Will it be Nigeria or will it be Ivory Coast? Let me know. Let me know. Bryce says Ivory Coast. Pick up to Helen. One of our members says, what would you like for your birthday? I mean, I would want Man United to win the day after. That's what I want. I hope so. I hope Man United wins. I mean, I'm going out for dinner with my mom, my brother, so that'll be nice. And prior to that, we will be doing Q&A before that, so that'll be nice. And then some a match reaction later to that day because we got some really cracking games. We got like Bayer Leverkusen versus Bayern. We got Roma versus Inter, of course. We got as well Real Madrid versus Girona. So we'll be talking about a new show that will be called Let's Talk Europe. Yes. So we'll do that. But once again, question to y'all in the chat. Because right now I only got the Ravi's answer. People, who do you think will win? Is it Ivory Coast or is it Nigeria? Who do you think will win? I will be filming my prediction probably after this video, and then we will be posting it for Friday. I think. Yeah. Do you pick up on your birthday? Yep. Thank you. This Saturday. It's bad. I'm moving into my last year of my 20s, you know? That is madness. That is madness. But this final, though, what can we necessarily expect from this final? Ravi says, feels like it will go to pens. You know what? There's been a couple of games so far in the knockout stages that has been going to penalties, so I won't be shocked. I won't be shocked. Helen says, I will go Nigeria 2-1. Okay, Henry, I see you. 2-1. Okay. Anybody else thinks Nigeria or Ivory Coast? Let me know. I just have a feeling. Okay, you see a 2-2, then pens. Okay, so you're saying 2-2, then pens, and then you're saying Ivory Coast will win that penalty shootout. Right? Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that's what you meant. There was also, not that this is completely out of from what we're talking about, but I saw this from Bart. Do you want Old Trafford to be torn down and rebuilt again? Maybe call it New Trafford. I don't want. Nah, that sounds horrible. Call it New Trafford. I wouldn't mind. It sounds so like very dramatic. Be like, we're gonna. Do you want it to be torn down? And you know, dang. If it means, I wouldn't mind having something to be, you know, a new stadium, rebuild it, da 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 da. But as long as it's still around the area, if it's what they're showcasing in the pictures of it being close by, then I have no issue with that. We have to wait and see. We have to wait and see. It will take, because also just renovating it, I feel like it might just paper over the cracks, literally, literally. Where is that, Sofia? With Osimhen, who do you think he links up well with to make him create chances in the games? With Osimhen, you know what? Prior to that goal that he technically scored, even though it got disallowed, I felt like, you know what? Lookman, I felt like I've been playing very well, linking up very well, in my opinion. Kind of like interchanging. Yeah. But it's just, and they had a couple of counterattack opportunities as well in the extra, you know, in the halftime, the extra time that they had, but he just weren't able to finish his dinner. So that is something that I don't know. But technically, to be honest, though, Osimhen hasn't really been fully the same since his injury, especially this season. He just is not really cooking in that same matter like he did last season. He just isn't. But you know, maybe in the final he might cook. You never know. Is he mobile enough for the Prem? By the way, Ravi, it's Osimhen, not Osimhen, but Osimhen. Okay? Osimhen. Enough for the Prem? I think so, but he's been quite wasteful here, so it'll be interesting. Can you see Osimhen leaving Napoli? Yes. The way they have disrespected him with some very sus, what was it, TikToks, I think it was, from the main account, the main club itself. I was like, yeah, I think he will be going. He'll probably go after this. I mean, he signed a new contract, but there will be, I think it might be a release clause there. It'll be a lot of money, but whether or not he'll go to Chelsea, we have to wait and see. They're definitely maybe struggling a little bit financially here, unless they can sort it out. Maybe probably they might, but you never know. But I do think Osimhen probably will be leaving, in my opinion. I think he will. Osimhen. Osimhen. It's a dope last name, though. Victor Osimhen. These players' names are hard to spell. Osimhen. Osimhen. There you go. Double check it. That's correct, though. Victor Osimhen. By the way, it was actually Kelechi Iheanacho who scored that final penalty kick. So he, you know, he did his thing. There we go. Former Man City player, or technically he still plays. Does Kelechi Iheanacho still play for Leicester? Yeah, still. Interesting. Huh? Championship. They'll probably be coming back soon very well to the Prem. Them and Leeds. I won't be shocked by that, to be honest. I think they're cruising. I haven't been, watching Championship, but you still be hearing things, to be honest. I think we might just wrap it up by here. It's not really much else to mention, We will be doing watch long, as you know. Would he suit this Chelsea side with the way he plays? I think so. I think he will. I think he will. It's just that he's in a rough patch himself. So unless he can turn it around, I don't know. But I think he can. I think there's a good player there. But he's just something hasn't been fully right with him since the injury, and you know. But he offers, the stuff that he does off the ball, or still adds value. But if you want proper striker that's gonna bagging lots of goals, right now, I don't know. I think he can be. But it'll be interesting to see. You have to wait. You have to wait. But there is a decent player in there. I just maybe potentially I wanted to expect a bit more from him this season, but which team surprised you in the Afcon? Oh, that is, you know what? That's a great question. Cape Verde 100% surprised me. Angola surprised me. Equatorial Guinea surprised me. Those three in particular really surprised me this tournament. Because a lot of the teams that actually went through in the knockout stages, I did not predict that, Literally. I was saying, okay, Egypt, yeah. Nigeria, yeah. Cameroon, yeah. Ivory Coast, yeah. On a technicality, but yeah. Senegal, yeah. Morocco, yeah. But I thought Ghana was going to go through. They didn't. I thought Algeria was going to go through. They didn't. Here we are. Here we are. A lot of the Arab teams, though, definitely did not do well in this tournament. But they've done very well in the Asia Cup. I know that the final will actually be this Saturday, which is going to be my birthday. I won't be able to catch it because I'm going to be out for dinner that day. But, probably see the highlights afterwards. But it's going to be Jordan against Qatar. So that'll be interesting. Jordan in their very first final. What a wonderful underdog story. Sofia, will we see more of the players from the Afcon teams getting linked to the Prem? 100% we will. 100%. There's something with these type of tournaments, especially once we get into the Euros as well. This summer, there's always going to be that breakout. There's always going to be like a breakout. Some players that get their opportunities, especially if they continue to do it. Now that Afcon will be done this weekend, they will be going back to the respective clubs. So there will be some lights on some of these players. 100%, I think there will be. Yeah, I think so. And 100%, I think there's already been players that's been linked. I think it might be, was it one player from Brighton who went to Brighton from Nordsjælland? I think a Danish club. I think it might be from Ghana. I could be wrong. Africa has always produced great palette. Yo, Sophie can now speak. 1 second. There we go. Africa have always played over the years, and I agree. Yes, Manchester United versus Nottingham Forest, FA Cup. Yep, I assumed that was going to be the case. I think that might be. Is that going to be the end of February or something, or early March? I think we're going to get that next round, but yeah, that'll be interesting. I think, won't that be an away game then? Or is that at home for us? I don't know. Wait a minute. Pick up United versus Nottingham Forest. Actually, don't know. I do not know. You know what? I'll double check that later. Let's see this side. Wonder when that will be. Yeah, we got Southampton says Ravi. Interesting. Oh yeah, okay. There we go. I have it here. Mm. Oh, it was actually Diva Origi who scored it. Net. Interesting. Yeah, we're actually playing at their ground. We're not going to play at our. It's an away game. It'll be Wednesday, February 28th. Okay, and then like 3 weeks from now. Basically, 3 weeks from now, actually. Exactly 3 weeks. Okay. Hmm. Interesting. Interesting. Would you be happy to see Rashford leave? I feel like I'd be happy. I think cash it. PSG, if you want to come back, slap 75, 100 million, I'll gladly accept. I think it's time. Apologies. I've given him enough time. I think so. Yeah, 3 weeks from now, exactly. Yeah, I've given him enough time, so it is what it is. To be utterly honest about that. Yes, I'm okay, not my boy. Technically, I do have a Lingard shirt, though, but still, it is what it is. Playing in South Korea, yeah, Jesse Lingard, I ain't gonna lie, that is a madness. He really messed up by not just going to. I don't think the streets will not forget COVID. It sounds a bit mad saying COVID Lingard, but Lingard for West Ham during COVID 2020, the streets will. I won't forget that. I ain't gonna lie, when they were showing, what I loved about that time, which is a bit mad because it was a really dark time, but something that was a little bit positive was the fact that they were showing every game on TV. So I was watching bare games, and I was like realizing, I was like in Brighton, I was like in West Ham, especially West Ham. Thomas Susek as well. Nah, the street boy. Yo, if you know, you know. But Linga was cooking in that West Ham team, so I have no idea why he decided to stay at Man United. But it is what it is. Should have stayed at West Ham exactly. He was cooking. It suited. It was a win-win for both them and him. They wanted him. He was like, yeah, but he was kind of promised that he was going to play under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer at United. That didn't really happen, and it all went downhill from there. So obviously it goes for money, but it's like, I mean, he's like, I think Linga looks very young, but he actually is technically way more older now. He might actually be 33, I think, or he ends up being 33. Pretty sure. Okay, I'm wrong. He'll be 32. I'm close. He's 31. He'll be 32 December 15th. So, latter stage. Technically, not that 31 and 32 is really like a old, if you take care of yourself and if you're not really dealing with that many injuries, you can technically be able to go for a long time. Look at Thiago Silva still playing at, even though Chelsea is crap. I mean, they won today, but still playing at the, for a big club per se, and then Cristiano Ronaldo, who basically is, his birthday was 2 days ago. Actually, he's now 39. He'll be 40 next year. Looks incredible. He can definitely still go on probably for 2-3 more years, 100%. So it's like, technically, 31 is more like the new 25. Technically, look at freaking, you know, Mohamed Salah. Sofia is Old Trafford getting knocked down. I have no idea. Big up to Aya Kid says Lincardinho turned Romelu Lukaku when he went back. That's exactly what he did. That is spot on. That's exactly what he did. He decided to be like, you know what? I'm gonna be Lukaku. I'm actually just gonna turn like Lukaku. It is what it is. Players make dumb decisions on their future. 100% they do. I see Salah playing like he's 40, probably. Will Salah, though, if we take this back to Afcon, will Salah ever be able to win an Afcon? Will they? Because way before, years ago, I think a decade ago or so, they were winning back-to-back Afcons with that team. But he still hasn't been able to. Son never been able to. The fact that Son has never won a trophy yet, that's a bit sad, I ain't gonna lie. But hey, big up to Ed, one of our members. Hope you're doing well, brother. Spummy G, Spummy. Hey. We're slowly about to wrap up. A big up to those of you who've been here. To those who just tuned in, I would love to also hear your thoughts in the chat. Who do you think will win AFCON? Will it be Nigeria? Seriously. But real talk though with Son, it might be like our guy here says. Where is he? There he is.
It's the history of the Tottenham.
Like Kalini says, it's the history of the Tottenham. Is he wrong though? No. Egypt's chance is past. They had their chance against Senegal and they were much better than now. That is a good point. Yeah. I think that is a good point. They had their opportunities, but they weren't really able to finish their dinner. Also, fans were telling me today that they are the best team in London and they're winning. Okay, they're definitely not winning Champions League. League, you never know. But Champions League, no. Ivory Coast by VAR goals to 0. Hey. But they got it though. As to Salah, I don't see him winning in Afcon. It's over. To be honest, it is. I mean, next opportunity, it's not like he has to. With Afcon, technically it's every 2 years, but since this one was supposed to be last year in 2023, the next one still will be going on, which is in 2025. So there's still an opportunity. Like, it's Morocco's home ground. I think Morocco would want to I'm telling you, if Ivory Coast wins at home this time, which I think they will, probably, maybe, Morocco could maybe be able to do it themselves. They have a good squad, but they were being way too naive against South Africa. They actually were very arrogant in a way, maybe. Regards about Salah, it depends if he stays at Liverpool or if he leaves at the end of the season. Yeah, maybe. Big up Paul, hope you're doing well. I hear what you guys are saying. Big up Sunshine FC, one of our other members. Hope you're doing well, sis. We will slowly be starting to wrap up. We were just kind of talking about, will, and I pose this question to you as well, to those of you who just tuned in. Will Salah ever win an Afcon? Will Son ever win an Asian Cup? Will they? Maybe. The fact that this South Korea team, once again, it still baffles me that Son has zero trophies. Zero. Once again, it is, and I don't want to be disrespectful, but it is. Tell him, Chiellini.
It's the history of the Tottenham.
It is the history of the Tottenham. Legit. Aya says Morocco always make the mistake of playing Afcon games like it's the World Cup. Great players can't get stuck in when it matters against the stubborn nations. Yeah, mate. Yeah, you know what? Yeah, because they be looking like a beast in the World Cup and stuff, but Afcon, they crumble. Son should have left Spursy. Should have left a long time ago. But now, I mean, as it looks right now, he's going to be staying because I think Son is like, he might be 31. Son is like, I would love to know his skincare routine. It might just be Asian, don't raise it maybe, because that there's no wrinkles on that skin. Lord have mercy. Where? Who means Son? I'd like to do some research. Who means Son? How old is my guy? Son, by the way, is like he has a beautiful smile. I ain't gonna lie. Call me so any day of the week, twice on Sundays. Just call your girl. 31. He'll be 32 July 8th. Wow. What a beautiful smile. Lord have mercy. Nah, that's a beautiful man. But real talk though, with Son, will he be staying at Spurs forever? I don't know. Son probably wants to stay at Spurs the rest of his career. Feels bad. It might be, you never know. But I think he can. You know what? Maybe go to La Liga or go to a Serie A. You can still go to come to Inter, Son. Why not? Or I don't know, go to La Liga, maybe. But then again, where? I don't want to see Son at Barcelona. I don't, Barcelona just annoys me, Sofia, ever heard of Sam sings 50 Cent, Many Men, and his accent is hilarious? 100%. I've heard that. And, whenever he does the American accent, I feel like I want to literally punch my head 50 times because it's funny, but ooh. Big up to him, though. Son is a baby. Oh, dear, living in Kane's shadow for so long. Nah, Yeah, I don't think, to be honest, I don't think Son has been living in Shane. Shane. I just merged Son and Kane's name together, but I don't think Son has been living in Kane's shadow. No, I don't think so. I think Son has made a name for himself. Obviously, he didn't have that much of a good season last season, but there's still a player there for sure, in my opinion. Do you see the Zerbi as a good fit for Liverpool? I like the Zerbi, but then at the same time, he also kind of has like a punchable face as well. Like you kind of feel like you just want to, I don't know, for Liverpool. To be honest, the thing is with the Zerbi, sometimes when his team loses, Brighton, when they lose badly. When they win, wow. But there's no middle ground. It's not like, okay, you know, an all right draw or something like that. It's like when we lose, we go. They got slapped up by Luton 4-0. Come on. There's no in between. That's why I'm like with the Zerbi, I think it has to be a proper structure that he comes to. But he can't have the mentality of a Brighton where you gotta be a bit more adjustable when it comes to going to a big club such as a Liverpool. Or, that's kind of maybe why I don't feel super comfortable with getting him at Man United. I felt like before I'll be a lot more inclined with it. But the more I watch Brighton, the more I'm like, I don't think it could work out. I don't think so. Hell says, anyway, great stream. Thank you. I've been saying I'm going to wrap up, but then here I am 40 minutes later. Oh, you're saying you want Sporting Lisbon manager. He's quality with what he's done with Sporting and his style of football is amazing and can play at back three. I hear it. I've seen like 2-3 Sporting games so far. 2, to be honest. And I can't sit there and be like, oh, yes, wow, I need him. No. I need to, do a bit more research. But United with back three, I don't know. You never know. But he's definitely not a top candidate for United so far. But you never know. Maybe for Liverpool, maybe. Yeah, guys, we're going to wrap it up here. I'm now going to quickly film, or we might do that tomorrow. Actually, we have to wait and see. But either way, I will be live back on Friday. Yes. We will be, before then, actually doing a prediction video for the Afcon final. So that will be dropping earlier on the day at Friday, or on Friday, I should say. And then we'll do a live match preview for Aston Villa versus Man United late night stream on Friday, because I will be going out for pre-birthday dinner with one of my best friends on Friday. So I'll see you guys. I'll take a break tomorrow. We might probably, you never know, if there's anything exciting happening, any like, whoa, news breaking, we might suddenly pop up with the stream. But other than that, probably won't be back until Friday. But if you do not want to be able to miss all of the good stuff that we have planned, make sure that you, of course, click on the notification bell button right after you subscribed. Once again, we will be doing a watch along for the final this Sunday. So grab something, snacks and all that for that day. Let's just enjoy and kick it. And by the way, I also will be doing a Q&A stream, birthday Q&A stream on Saturday. So y'all can rock with me before I go out. But yeah, have a great time wherever you are in the world, people. Like the video if you haven't said that a million times, which I probably have said. Feel free to also, of course, join the SFT membership. Link is in the description box, pinned in the chat as well. And we are out. Bye-bye, everybody.